To part 9 of my Conan Exiles 2024 guide and playthrough. In this episode, I will show you how to get a ton of crafter thralls easily at 2 locations. First, at Sinner's Refuge, we'll use the traditional capture method of knocking out a human with truncheons. And then in Sepermeru, which is a city of passive NPCs, we'll use the Purple Lotus Orb to capture thralls there. And you may notice my voice sounds different. My old headset broke, so I had to get a new one. So let me know how I sound in the comments. So a few changes around the base, nothing major. For fun, I raised up a Greater Hyena. Haven't really played with him yet. He's got about 1,000 HP, but I don't think he's going to do much damage, so not very viable, unfortunately. And then I put in a Sepulcher of set. I started the game with the set religion, and the reason I put this down is because with religion you can farm dead humans for religious resources. You take those resources back to the shrine, whatever it's called for your religion, and you can make different items. And I like set because you can make the snake arrows, which are poisonous arrows. And in order to harvest the religious materials from the bodies, you need a item. In this case, a set-type ritual knife. So I already made one of those. So we'll be using that when we kill the thralls we don't want at Sinner's Refuge. We'll farm them up for that stuff so we can make poison arrows. Also put out my pack camel. I will be using him later to move. And then I think just one change inside. So this is a dismantling bench. In fact, this is the improved dismantling bench. After you put down a grinder, which we did last time, you'll get the dismantler journey unlocked. So just follow through that, which at the end you're going to put down a regular dismantling bench. And note you're going to need insulated wood for that. To make insulated wood, you use the carpenter's bench. Combine dry wood with resin. Easiest way to get dry wood and resin is to put regular wood in a dryer with bark for fuel, and that will give you the dry wood and the resin. And then you just pop those in the carpenter's bench, and you'll make insulated wood. And then with that and some other materials we already had, we can put down the regular dismantling bench, dismantle an item, which is what the dismantling bench does. And then I broke that regular dismantling bench because the reward for doing the dismantler journey was the improved dismantling bench, and I put that down. So that's what the dismantling bench does is you put a old tool, weapon, or armor in there, and it'll break it down into some of its component materials. And the improved dismantling bench gives you more of those materials back than the regular one. And we actually already got a little hardened steel, which is the next tier of metal that we'll be working on soon. And next we're gonna upgrade our thrall taker. So go to knowledge, survival, thrall taker, and then unlock the regular Will of Pain, which is available at level 30. That's going to give us access to the regular Will of Pain, which has 4 slots versus the 1 for the lesser Will of Pain. Rawhide bindings, which are stronger than the fiber bindings, they last longer. A torturer's work table, and an iron truncheon. So first, we're going to put down a torturer's table. Put some in decorations. So torturer's work table. 50 shaped wood. 25 steel bars. And 25. I mean, it's over here by the artisan table. Okay. And so in here we're going to make some rawhide bindings, which require leather, and iron truncheon, which is iron, branches, and leather. So let me grab some leather. Some iron and some branches. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to craft 2 rawhide bindings, 2 truncheons, one for me and one for my thrall. So grab all those. And then I'm going to put tier 2 blunted weapon fittings on each of those, which will significantly increase their concussive damage for knocking out humans. Okay, we got those. Alright. And then in between episodes, I killed the giant croc again. And I got another skeleton key, so I have 3 of those for when we do the Dregs dungeon soon. There are 3 legendary chests I need keys for. I also killed the cave spider, and we got another Numidian helmet, which I'm using on Syria because it's got about 50% more armor than the helmet she was wearing. She loses a little bit of a strength bonus, but that's okay. And when I killed the spider in the legendary chest, I got the Watchblade, a legendary 2-handed sword with I think 70 health damage plus the damage kit and a 22% armor pen, and it's got a ton of durability, which doesn't matter with the Thrall, but I'll probably end up using it because Thralls, the durability doesn't go down when they use weapons. She's got gruel for healing. I have some food and water. See, my water's kind of low. Let me fill those up. Alright, so, and I have everything on the camo I need. We're going to put a Will of Pain down there. Right next to Sinner's Refuge. So I will see you when I get up there. Okay, actually I'm bringing you back. I forgot we're going to make some Savory Feast to increase our concussive knockout power. I have everything in here I need. Craft a bunch of those. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to head to Sinner's Refuge. I'm up here at Sinner's Refuge. I've gone ahead and set up the Tier 2 Will of Pain. It's a little tricky on this ground over here, so you might need to put foundations down. And remember, if you're on an official server or a server with decay, you're going to want to put everything on foundations. Also put down a campfire for cooking gruel and a chest for storing our converted thralls. And so Syria, I'm gonna keep her with her weapon. I am gonna put her on passive for following behavior, that way she doesn't attack unless I tell her to, so we don't accidentally kill the named humans in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a Savory Feast. Gave her Syria Savory Feast because she's going to help me do the knocking out. So, alright, let's get rolling. she's just one-shotting humans with the two-handed legendary sword. Alright, so I'm harvesting these guys for human hearts with the set dagger, because that's what I'm going to use to make the poison arrows. What are you doing up here, weirdo? This can be a name for all sometimes. So these guys are super easy to deal with at this point. And I'll come back through and harvest them for their hearts after I capture the thrall. Oops, missed one. Didn't even see you, buddy. Need to put my Truncheon on here. Go ahead and give Syria a Truncheon. So you got to take their weapon out of their inventory and just put the Truncheon in there, or they will use the weapon. There's going to be a few crafters up in this area when you first enter the cave. Then there'll be some performers over here. Oh, there goes my first execution in this playthrough. Nice.
Never wanted to be here.
And back here is where the named thrall will be.
You picked the wrong fight.
We got who do we got here? A Smelter. Nice. Syria's almost got her down. Alright, she's down. And some more people in here to kill. Alright. So, did she fall through the ground? No, there she is. And you can't have your torch and the bindings out at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to drag her over to the wheel, and then as I go out, I'm going to harvest these corpses for their human hearts. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, got me some human hearts, and now dumping the smelter on the Wheel of Pain. Grab some gruel off of a boom. And get that crafting away. So remember, on baseline rates it'll take an hour for a tier 4 thrall. On my settings it's going to take, I don't know, like 5 minutes, something like that. Alright, I'm going to go back in, and I'm just going to keep farming this for a while. I'll bring you back once I have quite a few. Alright, I've been at it for about 30 minutes, dragging my last thrall over here. That was Hagar Hawkeye, a archer. Get her cooking, and then see what all we got. Alright, we got, I went ahead and got an armor 2, just because I needed one. But ended up getting another armor, Enos Ironwright. I got a Performer, Barnes of Asura, 2 Gallicus the Gourmand, Cooks, and 2 Larethiel of Asura, Smelters. And I'll come back and keep farming this, try to get some Blacksmith, Carpenters, etc. And while I was farming, I got a couple pieces of the Asura armor set. This gives a plus 10% concussive damage for the gloves and plus 10% concussive damage for the boots. So I put those on Syria because she's been the one knocking people out while I kill everybody else. And the way I was able to do all that in 30 minutes is NPC camps. If you clear them out, kill everybody, and then run away a couple hundred yards, the cave will reset. And so you can come back and keep doing it. So that's what I did. On official servers, it takes around 15 minutes, I think, for the cave to reset. So it's one of those things where you capture some thralls, put them in your will, go do some farming or whatever for 15 minutes, come back and rinse and repeat. Alright, so I'm going to get all this stuff, all these thralls back to the base, and I'll see you there. One is to craft set antidotes. That's going to give you, as a additional item, a manifestation of zeal. These you can use to upgrade your altar, or you can craft with them, and that's how we're crafting the snake arrows. So I had about 17 hearts, so we'll get about 170 poison arrows to add to our stockpile. And then I got all our crafting thralls on benches, workstations, so our 2 smelters on the forges. They increase the smelting time by 100%, so twice as fast. Very nice. I put the tier 2 armor on the improved tanner's table, which gave us the stitch ability, where you take regular hide and twine and stitch it into thick hide. So we'll build up our thick leather stock. I then put the Enos Ironwrought armor on the armorer's bench. And she is a scout right, and what scout rights do is they will reduce the weight of armor that you craft. So that's really good for crafting heavy armor. And then I put the cooks, one on the campfire, one on the stove. And they just increase the speed of cooking, so not that great. I usually don't bother with cooks, but they're easy to grab. And then I put the dancer and the archer in storage. I don't need them yet. I'll move them to the new base when we move. Because unlike crafter thralls, if you place them in the world, you cannot take archers, performers, fighters back into your inventory once you place them down. Alright, so next part of the video is we're going to go to Sepermeru and get some crafter thralls using Purple Lotus Orbs. But first we need to craft Purple Lotus Orbs, which we do at the Alchemist bench. And if you recall, we unlocked Purple Lotus Orb recipe when we did the Thrall Taker journey. So make sure you do that to get the recipe. So we're going to need water orbs, black lotus flower, and purple lotus flower. So water orbs are ichor and water-filled glass flasks. I have a bunch of ichor, some spiders. Grab some of that. I'll have 10 of those. So those will be ready. And next we need to go get the purple and black lotus, which are both found in the jungle. The purple lotus is found up here at L7 in this general area. It's not too far to get to, and there's just some imps up there to fight. And the black lotus flowers are over here at N6 near the lost city of Zelha. And you do need a Sandstorm mask because there's toxic fumes there. Alright. So let me make sure I have everything I need, and I'm going to head over to get the purple Or, yeah, the Purple Lotus flowers. I'll meet you up there. We're over near the Purple Lotus flowers. And like I said, there's just some imps to kill around here. And there is the Eastern Barracks point of interest. So let's hunt around here for some Purple Lotus. Gonna need our sickle. Alright, these are the Purple Lotus. So get a bunch of these. I'm going to farm a bunch of these and then head over to the Black Lotus location at N6. Here we are near the Black Lotus flower. Some gray apes to fight. Syria seems to be stuck. There she is. She's doing so much damage now. Alright, so and here's where the Black Lotus flowers are. So I'm going to put on my Sandstorm mask to protect me from the fumes. The Black Garden. There's some gorillas in here. I'll let Syria deal with them, and these are the Black Lotus flowers. Alright, I'm going to farm up a bunch of these, and then we're going to head all the way across the map over to B7, where the city of Sepermeru is. But first we're going to stop at the base and craft some Purple Lotus Orbs, which is on the way, and I'll see you over there. We're back at base. And I'm going to craft these Purple Lotus Orbs. So put all this in there. Running out of room. I think I left the Purple Lotus flowers on a booth. There we go. So I'm going to craft these up and then I'll head over to Sepermeru. Okay, we have arrived. We are over here at B7. So all of this is Sepermeru. This part of Sepermeru is known as Waterside, so we're north of there. This is where I like to put my Will of Pain. Let's grab my materials for that. Where is my construction hammer? There it is. Alright, Will of Pain. It's nice and flat out here. Decorations. Box. And I think we have the stuff to put down a large campfire just for fun. Alright. So we are set up over here, and one more time as a reminder, remember to put your stuff on foundations if you're playing on a server with decay, like an official server. Alright, so like I said, we're in Sepermeru. Most of the thralls in here are passive. There are some bandits in some areas that will attack you, and if you attack the humans, they will attack you back. There are stations, areas where there's blacksmith, carpenters, armors, etc. And there's a chance for a named type of thrall to spawn in each of those spots. And also when you're going through, try not to hit anybody with your camel, that will aggro them. So just going to hunt through here for something. Armor 3, no thank you. Blacksmith 2. I think I'm just going to walk. Blacksmith 3. Dancer 3. Set Priest. Archer. Archer 2. Alchemist 1. We definitely need an alchemist. I would grab a set named priest just for fun. Smelter 2, dancer. Alright, I'm going to look around until I find someone. And I'll bring you back. Bringing you back. I didn't find a named blacksmith, but I found a blacksmith 3, which we need because it gives a recipe to turn iron reinforcements into steel reinforcements with a lot less materials than normally. So anyway, a quick equip your orb and just throw it near the thrall you want to knock out. Depending on the level, they'll be knocked out quicker or slower. I think one orb should do it. Alright. And there we go. Make sure I grab the right one. And as you can see, no one minds that I just knocked out one of their friends and am dragging them off on a rope. So, anyway, I'll get him on the wheel and then I will go see what else I can find. We are over here at south side, I think it's called, in this area. And there's an Alchemist 3. I'm not having a lot of luck with name thralls, but Alchemist 3 is good. It's going to give us the ability to make oil out of ichor and bark. Make a ton. So knock this guy out. So yeah, it's like shopping here. You just find what you need and knock it out. Grab this guy and get him back over to the Wheel of Pain. We got the Alchemist 3 and the Blacksmith 3 cooking up. And not super lucky with named thralls, but on single player you can just run out a render distance from the city and it'll it'll randomly select thralls again. So you can just keep doing that. On official servers, I'm not sure when they reset naturally, but you can kill them all to get them to spawn a new one. So that is our two methods for getting a ton of crafter thralls. In the next episode, we're going to take on our first dungeon, the Dregs. So look forward to that. And if you like the video, hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and have a good day.